More Indonesians are switching from Western to Asian brands, especially in the middle income segment. With the retail market hitting 175 billion US dollars, it's a shift that businesses can't ignore. We speak with Juan Pesante Wijaya of Gideon Consulting Group on how businesses are adapting. Gideon, what's driving Erajaya's Eastern brand strategy?
This is actually quite a very interesting story in which Erajaya is actually one of the biggest retailers smartphone in Indonesia. They have consolidated over the market. So some studies already suggest that 85% of Indonesians already own a smartphone and 18% already owns two smartphones. So the market has died down a little in the last few years. And Erajaya decided to diversify its portfolio to include lifestyle retail. In retail sector, in Indonesia, the biggest player is Mitra Di Perkasa, or also known as MAP. They have a lot of portfolios regarding the Western brands as well. But in this case, we are seeing that Erajaya is employing such a unique strategy of using Eastern brands to compete with MAP's Western brands, which could hint in the impacts of the geopolitical tension between the US and China that is being seen currently in Indonesia.
I think our viewers would like to know how you are using omni-channel strategy to scale these brands.
So we do notice that Erajaya is synergizing all their brands through a loyalty program. Similar to how MAP is very well known for its loyalty program, Erajaya is using the loyalty program to boost omni-channel sales. So Erajaya currently owns an app or a membership program called Eraspace, which according to their quarterly report already boosts a significant growth of up to tens of millions of members every single year. It allows a person to purchase a smartphone, for example, and also dine in some of Erajaya's F&B retail restaurants.
Thank you very much, Joanne. Let's talk about challenges. What challenges exist in building trust and loyalty for new Eastern labels?
Our consulting firm has done research on this. So the middle upper class market in Indonesia has an interesting purchase intention factor, which is called brand exoticism. In Indonesia, the usage of foreign brands boosts credibility, trust, and therefore competitiveness of the brand. Erajaya, interestingly, we have actually talked about it with one of Erajaya's management, and it is unintentional Erajaya strategy of actually employing champion brands from Eastern countries. For example, they use Chagi and Xpeng from China, and also Singapore's Bacha Coffee, and also the acquisition of the Singaporean-run Sushi Tei in a long-running sushi competitive market. So what we found interesting is that Erajaya, every time they launch a new brand in Indonesia, there's a flurry of new media channels that provide information on the strategies and the successes of their brands in their respective home countries. So what happens is that when the brand enters Indonesia, there's already a perception in the market that, okay, for example, Chagi is already very well known in China. They've already been very successful. And that boosts the credibility and also the brand trust somewhat to also improve on the purchase intention. We also see when brands, Chinese brands or Asian brands enter under the Erajaya space, there's a lot of buzz and there's lots of hype on the sales, and it boosts the sales incredibly. So what happens is that the interesting thing is that Erajaya does not do this intentionally. In fact, they have done this unintentionally, but it is clearly a sign of the competitiveness scale of the Asian market, of the Asian brands in the Western against the Western brands employed by MAP.
Thank you very much for your time today, Juan.
Thank you, everyone.
Once again, our guest was Juan Pesante Wijaya, Managing Partner at Gideon Consulting Group. For more news, please visit retailasia.com.